In the year 2147, humanity had expanded its reach across the stars, colonizing distant planets and encountering countless alien species. Among these species was the Felorans, a race of cat-like beings known for their agility, intelligence, and mysterious nature. Felorans were rare, often elusive, and rarely interacted with humans. But one fateful day, everything changed for a young woman named Elara. Elara lived on the outskirts of New Terra, a bustling colony on a distant planet. She worked as a botanist, studying the unique flora of the alien world. Her life was quiet, predictable, and if she was honest, a little lonely. She had always dreamed of having a pet, but the strict regulations on New Terra made it nearly impossible to own one. That was until she stumbled upon something extraordinary. One evening, while hiking through the dense, bioluminescent forests near her home, Elara heard a faint, high-pitched cry. It sounded almost like a kitten, but there were no Earth animals on this planet. Curious, she followed the sound, her heart pounding as she pushed through the glowing underbrush. Finally, she found the source of the noise. A small, trembling creature huddled beneath a tree. At first glance, it looked like a cat, soft fur, pointed ears, and a long, swishing tail. But as Elara approached, she noticed the subtle differences. Its fur shimmered with an iridescent sheen, and its eyes were large and luminous, glowing faintly in the dim light. The creature's paws were more dexterous, almost like tiny hands, and its ears twitched independently, scanning the surroundings. "Hey there," Elara whispered, crouching down slowly. "Are you hurt?" The creature tilted its head, studying her with an intelligence that no ordinary animal possessed. It let out a soft chirp, and Elara noticed a shallow cut on its side. Without thinking, she reached into her bag and pulled out a small first aid kit. She carefully cleaned the wound, her touch gentle and reassuring. The creature didn't resist, its luminous eyes never leaving her face. "You're not from around here, are you?" Elara murmured, wrapping the wound with a bandage. "Where did you come from?" The creature didn't answer, of course, but it nuzzled her hand, purring softly. Elara felt a surge of protectiveness. She couldn't leave this strange, beautiful creature alone in the forest. Against her better judgment, she decided to take it home. Elara named the creature Luma, after the glowing forest where she found it. At first, Luma was shy, hiding under furniture and only coming out at night. But as the days passed, the alien began to warm up to Elara. It followed her around the house, chirping and purring, and even seemed to understand some of her words. Luma's intelligence was uncanny. It could open doors, solve simple puzzles, and even mimic some of Elara's actions. But there was something else about Luma that Elara couldn't quite explain. Sometimes she would catch the creature staring at the stars through the window, its eyes filled with a deep, almost melancholic longing. Other times, Luma would emit a soft, melodic hum that seemed to resonate with the air itself, creating a faint, shimmering aura around it. Elara tried to research Felorans, but information was scarce. All she knew was that they were a highly advanced species, known for their telepathic abilities and connection to cosmic energy. She wondered if Luma had been separated from its kind, or if it was some kind of outcast. Whatever the case, Elara was determined to give Luma a safe and loving home. Months passed, and Elara and Luma became inseparable. The alien's presence brought a sense of joy and wonder to Elara's life that she hadn't realized was missing. But one night everything changed. Elara was awakened by a loud, resonant hum that seemed to vibrate through the walls of her house. She sat up, her heart racing, and saw Luma standing by the window, its fur glowing brightly. The alien's eyes were fixed on the sky, and its melodic hum grew louder, more urgent. "Luma, what's wrong?" Elara asked, rushing to its side. Before Luma could respond, a blinding light filled the room. Elara shielded her eyes, her breath catching in her throat. When the light faded, she saw 3 tall, elegant figures standing in her living room. They were Felorans, their fur shimmering like starlight, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly intensity. One of them stepped forward, speaking in a voice that resonated in Elara's mind. "We have come for Luma," it said. "Our kin has been lost for too long." Elara's heart sank. "Luma is one of you." The Feloran nodded. "Luma is not a mere creature. It is a youngling of our kind, a being of great importance. It was separated from us during a cosmic storm. We have searched for it across the stars." Elara looked at Luma, tears welling in her eyes. "I didn't know. I just wanted to help." The Feloran's expression softened. "You have done more than help. You have cared for Luma, protected it, and shown it kindness. For that we are grateful." Luma chirped softly, nuzzling Elara's hand. She knelt down, stroking its fur one last time. "I'm going to miss you," she whispered. Luma's eyes met hers, and for a moment, Elara felt a strange, warm sensation in her mind. It was as if Luma was speaking to her, not with words, but with emotions, gratitude, love, and a promise that they would meet again. The Felorans left as suddenly as they had arrived, taking Luma with them. Elara's house felt empty without the alien's presence, but she knew she had done the right thing. Luma belonged with its kind among the stars. Weeks turned into months, and life returned to normal. Elara continued her work, but she often found herself gazing at the night sky, wondering where Luma was and if it was happy. Then, one evening, as she was tending to her garden, she heard a familiar chirp. Elara turned, her heart leaping as she saw Luma standing there, its fur glowing softly. But it wasn't alone. Beside it stood another Feloran, smaller and younger, with wide, curious eyes. "We have returned," Luma's voice echoed in her mind. "And we bring a gift." Elara knelt down, tears streaming down her face as she hugged Luma. The younger Feloran chirped, nuzzling her hand. "What's this?" she asked. "This is my sibling," Luma explained. "We wish to stay with you, to learn from you and share our knowledge. You are our family now." Elara's heart swelled with joy. She had never expected to be part of something so extraordinary, but as she looked at Luma and its sibling, she knew her life would never be the same. From that day on, Elara's home became a sanctuary for the Felorans. Together, they explored the wonders of the universe, bridging the gap between species and forging a bond that would last a lifetime. And as they gazed at the stars together, Elara realized that the unexpected had brought her the greatest gift of all, a family among the cosmos.